Why, hello there, my name is Simon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, then thanks for coming back. I hope you are willing to join in the conversation today. So today I want to talk about, should calories be put on menus? Now, before I get into my opinion on this, I'm bringing this up because it was mentioned in the Queen's speech, and I'm just going to be reading off of a Huffington Post article just now to give you some information about the topic before I get into discussing it. So, the Huffington Post article reads, restaurants, cafes and pubs will be forced to put calorie counts for the food they serve on menus under government plans, revealed in the Queen's speech. The new law will make it compulsory for hospitality businesses with more than 250 employees to calorie label food in a bid to tackle obesity. A briefing note accompanying the Queen's speech said the government will introduce secondary legislation to require large out-of-home sector businesses with 250 or more employees to calorie label the food they sell. UK hospitality boss Kate Nichols said the last thing the sector needs after COVID's shutdowns is unnecessary red tape. Okay, so the law was proposed in the Queen's speech, and as you can see there, not every single restaurant will be affected by this. 250 employees is quite a lot. Like, the restaurant I worked in when I was younger had 20 employees, maybe. So it won't be affecting like really small individual restaurants. And I get that that could be quite an expense to have to reprint all your menus to include calorie counts. But anyway, my personal opinion, do I think it would be a good thing to include calorie counts on menus? Yes, I do think it would be a good thing. Why? First off, I think it's very important to have information about the food you are eating. I think a full rundown of like protein, calories, the carbs, the fat, like if that information could be available for every meal that I eat, that would be so unbelievably helpful. And just having information about your food is a good thing, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. But do I think it will help tackle obesity? No, I do not. I think when you go to a restaurant, you're going out to indulge, and where having a calorie count or like other food-based information could be helpful for you to make an informed decision about what you eat. I think I'm fully aware that if I eat a 3-course meal, it's going to be a lot of calories, and I kind of don't care about the amount of calories. And I think most people would be in the same boat there.
Regardless of your health status or size, I think we would all overindulge at a restaurant on occasion, regardless of whether the calorie counts were displayed or not. I think dealing with health issues related to obesity is a discussion for a doctor to have, and honestly, I don't see how a calorie count on a menu would affect that. But not every time you eat out at a restaurant will be an overindulge or a 3-course meal.
I am very for this because I would like information about what I'm about to consume. I don't want to go into too much details about it, but I struggle with my eating, and calorie counting helps me with my struggle. Plain and simple, I don't find MyFitnessPal triggering. I find MyFitnessPal to be a useful tool to help me, I don't even want to say control my eating because that sounds a bit dark, but yeah, it helps me manage my eating. And honestly, I don't see being provided with information to be an issue. I think you should be aware of what you're eating. It's why we'll have a vegan menu, it's why we'll have a vegetarian menu, it's why we'll have a gluten-free thing. Like, you should be able to be aware of what you're eating and what you're consuming. The biggest argument that I've seen from those that are against including calorie counts on a menu is those that are either against calorie counting in general because of diet culture, and also from those that are either in eating disorder recovery or those that are supporting others that are in eating disorder recovery. And I fully empathise with those two groups. Diet culture is toxic, and I think the over-reliance on calorie counting is so scary. Like, I find it to be a useful tool, but when I hear about people saying like, oh, I've burned off 800 calories today and I've only consumed 400, that's amazing. And I'm like, no. That's really toxic. Please eat a lot more calories. So I'm not here to tell you what calories you should and shouldn't be eating, and you should only be getting that information from a doctor, not from anybody on the internet.
I just wanted to add that not every eating disorder will be triggered by seeing a calorie count, and there are countless health conditions that can complicate eating out. So I would argue that the more information you can provide, the more inclusive eating out in a restaurant can be.
So I actually tweeted out that I would like this to be an option, and a couple of other people tweeted me back being like, yeah, I would like this, but then another person brought up the argument of eating disorder recovery and diet culture. But what someone else suggested, and I think this is the perfect solution, QR codes. So you have your regular menu, and then you just have a little QR code at the bottom. You scan it with your phone so that it's there, it's easily accessible, and then you could add all of the nutritional information, calorie counts, protein, everything, allergens. Like, actually, let me take that back. Include allergens on the menu, because there shouldn't be a barrier to allergens, if that makes sense. But just putting that QR code on the menu then gives someone like me the option, who may want to know what calories I'm about to consume, the option to have it, and it's not even remotely difficult. Like, that's pick up my phone, go, QR code, there we go, I have all the information I could ever want about the food I'm about to consume. That to me seems like the perfect solution to this discussion. Have the information there for those that want it, but maybe don't have it shoved in people's faces. And to me, I just don't understand. I mean, this is a very new thing that's just been brought out, so I don't know how it will be implemented, but that just makes perfect sense to me. I just can't see an argument against that. And then the only thing that I would say is not everybody has a smartphone, not everybody can access a QR code, but why not just print out one or two additional menus that have all of the information on the QR code? And then if you're like, oh, can I please have a nutritional information menu? You go up to the bar, you go ask the manager, there you go, you can look up the information and give it back. So have a few paper copies separate to your regular menus that you would give out, and then have the QR code as an option. Like, to me, that seems like the perfect solution. Like, then I feel like I'm just gonna keep repeating myself. It won't trigger people by shoving it in their faces, but it would provide people with the information that they require if they do so want that information. But yeah, that is my thoughts on calorie counting and if calories should be included in menus. Yes, I think they do, they should be, but maybe with a little bit of a barrier to try and help protect people a little bit. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I would love to know your thoughts. We can have a conversation in the comments section. And yeah, that's my video for today. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I especially want to thank you if you do share your opinion, because I'd love to hear other people's opinions on this, because I want to start a conversation. My opinion isn't the be all and end all. You could change my mind. Like, the QR code wasn't something I thought of. Someone else said that to me and I'm like, great idea, fantastic idea. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.